High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Cowan, Indiana, it's the Battle of the Blackhawks as the Sheridan Blackhawks take on their counterparts from Cowan High School. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Good to be back in the saddle and good to have you next door in the shotgun seat for the next couple of hours as we make our way through what I'm fondly calling this the Blackhawk Bowl, with two teams with the same nickname battling it out here tonight on the south edge of Delaware County. Sheridan comes into this one at 5 wins and 2 losses overall. Todd Windland is in his first year coaching the Sheridan boys after building a great resume and name in girls basketball over 16 years. He's on the boys' side now, and he has his kids at 5 and 2. Talked with him a little bit before the game, and he said, we didn't play a game before December 29th. And we still haven't had everyone healthy and together one time this entire season. But that pretty much sums up what a lot of Indiana basketball teams are going through in this COVID-riddled season of 2020-21. Blackhawks have won 3 straight games. The Blackhawks from Sheridan, the kids in the red, and most recently over Elwood. So they're on a roll with 3 straight wins and ready to do their best to make it 4 in a row for Coach Windland here tonight. A couple of guys on the Sheridan side of the floor come in with fairly beefy offensive numbers. Their leading scorer is a kid by the name of Ethan Moisner, who goes for 15.3 a game. He's a guard, but boy, is he a side of beef, hefty kind of guy. He's they weigh him in at 245 at 6'2", and he is a load for a lighter guard to defend. He will put him on the board in a hurry against you if you let him get free. The other leading scorer for the Blackhawks from Hamilton County, Silas Devaney, who is a 6'4 junior. He goes 14.1 a game. And Kyle Eden is one of those tweener guys, the kind that you really need to balance out your lineup, averaging 9.0 a game, but capable of going for a lot more than that if the opportunity arises or if the need arises for his ball club on any given night. You talk about Cowan. It's a lot of storylines here tonight. This is senior night for the Cowan boys basketball players and the cheerleaders. Head coach Aaron Groves is in his first year. And of course, if you're from around Delaware County, you know the story about the tragic car accident death of Lee Ingalls, the previous boys basketball coach here at Cowan, right before the season got underway in earnest. So it's been a season of adapting and just trying to make it through another day for a lot of these kids who wear the gold and black version of the Blackhawks on their chest here tonight. They had a nice ceremony for the kids between the JV and varsity games and giving them a send-off tonight the right way, because Lord only knows if this will end or when it might end. And in the COVID-riddled winter of this discontent could come to an end at any time. These kids learned a hard lesson a year ago when Cowan won a sectional, one of 3 Delaware County teams to win sectionals a year ago. We're getting ready for the regional and found out about 48 hours before their game that the regionals had been postponed, and then it wasn't long after that the season was canceled in its entirety. Then went the state tournament spinning down the tube, and the kids from Cowan, especially the seniors, never got to play again. And who knows what might have been a year ago. But they want to try to make another run at a back-to-back title in Sectional 55 in 1A, and it's a wide-open field. They've got the talent to do it. It's going to be a matter of whether they have the consistent performance going down the stretch. We're about halfway through a normal season on the boys' side now. And on the girls' side, the state tournament draw is on Sunday. So they're close to wrapping it up and going to the state tournament on the girls' side of things. And the boys, in a more normal season, they would have played upwards of 15 games by now. Cowan has only played 7 games, and Sheridan the same number. So when you lose your whole schedule up to December 29th, like Sheridan has, it's a tough deal to keep any kind of consistency going and to keep your kids healthy. You talk about Cowan, they'll have a couple kids out tonight with illness, another one out with injury. So it'll be a thin bench. For Aaron Groves, they'll just have to do the best you can and hope that whatever cards are in your poker hand are good enough to win you the pot. Teams have both left the floor and gone back to the locker rooms to get some last-minute fluids and some instruction from their head coaches. We're about set to go. I want to bring up the JV game, if not for a couple reasons. Cowan won the JV contest tonight, 68-45. They look pretty good doing it. And one of the stories of the year really has to be Cowan's JV coach on the boys' side. It's Lisa Blaylock, who coached women's basketball at Ball State, coached girls basketball at Muncie Central, and they've got her coaching the boys' JV here at Cowan. Her previous AD, Suzanne Crump, now the AD here at Cowan, is a natural fit. She said she was willing to do it. We wanted her, and there you go. That's all it wrote. So, Lisa, it's good seeing you back on the sideline. Well done with you and your kids tonight. We'll take our first break. When we come back, the teams will come out. We'll have the starting lineups introduced and get this one underway. It's Sheridan and Cowan next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit ihsaa.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A 50-50 ball, an elbow to the ribs, a sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for Sacrifice Bunts and Sacrifice Flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Cowan High School. Brian Beaver along with you tonight. Great to be here with you. Drop me a line on Twitter at Delco Preps. Let me know where you caught the game, whether it was just down the street or halfway across the country or even farther away than that. We've had international audiences before, so the internet is an amazing thing. You can get a connection, you can get a game. Teams have come back on the floor, the clock winding down to the final 30 seconds before the introduction of the teams here at Cowan tonight. Mentioned in the pregame a little earlier that both these teams have the same nickname, the Blackhawks and the Blackhawks, so it's one of those nights where you have to really follow along closely. We'll do the best we can to keep them all straight for you, no matter what you're doing at home, whether you're grabbing a late dinner or just snacking or just sitting around the campfire outdoors on a cold night, getting warm on late January, Friday night, whatever it is, we're glad you're along with us. You heard the buzzer in the background. Let's join the public address announcer now for the Star Spangled Banner.
And remove your hats as we pay honor to America and join the Cowan High School Blackhawk Brigade under the direction of Miss Brianna Beaupre in the playing of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the non-starters for the visiting Sheridan Blackhawks. Number 10, Evan Grinstead. Number 12, Tyler Garner. Number 13, Cole Watts. Number 22, Aiden Harrison. Number 31, Keenan Warren. Number 33, Cole Weevil. Number 50, Carson Huffman. And now the starting lineups for the Sheridan Blackhawks. At one forward, number 21, Silas Devaney. At the other forward, number 43, Ethan Moisner. At a guard spot, number 5, Caden Hunter. At a guard, number 3, Kyle Eden. And at guard, number 2, Corbin Murray. And the coach of the Sheridan Blackhawks, Mr. Tom Woodland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the non-starters for your Cowan Blackhawks. Number 3, Michael Hargrave. Number 4, Nathan Barton. A senior, by the way, Nathan Barton, on senior night. Number 5, Lane Marlatt. Number 12, senior Isaac Van Horn. Number 23, Victor Garrett. Number 33, senior George Creek. Number 20, Griffin Smith. Number 22, Bradley Terrell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starters for your Cowan Blackhawks. At forward, the senior number 2, Mason Self. At forward, a freshman, number 21. And then guy in the middle, 6'10" senior, at a guard spot, a senior, number 24, Jacob Thomas. And the other guard, a senior, number 30, Logan. And the coach of the Cowan Blackhawks, Mr. Aaron Rose.
There you have them, the starting lineups in this one tonight for Sheridan: Corbin Murray, Kyle Eden, Caden Hutter, Silas Devaney, Ethan Moisner, their leading scorer. And on the Cowan side, Mason Self, Cole Duncan, Jacob Thomas, Logan Bird, and the Tower of Power, XL as I call him, jersey number 40, Riley Duncan. We're about set to go. The teams are ready. Cowan will go left to right across your courtside imagination. Sheridan will take it right to left. Cowan in the home whites with black lettering and gold trim. Sheridan in the black road unis with red lettering and white trim. Toss the tip into the backcourt, controlled by Riley Duncan, and Cowan will get the first crack at it tonight. And defensively, Sheridan will pick him up in a little half-court trap out high. Self in the corner, skip pass here on the near side to Jacob Thomas. They work it far side to Logan Bird. Now back to Thomas out near the volleyball line. Skip pass far side. Now they work it to the corner to Self. Back here to the near side. Three-pointer on the way. Short, no good. Rebound comes right back to him, though. And a baseline jumper again, up, no good. Another offensive board off two misses by Jacob Thomas. Cowan will try another three from the far wing. No good this time by Logan Bird. Good possession in terms of shots, but nothing on the board. And here comes Sheridan for the first time. Out here on the wing, Silas Devaney. Now to Kyle Eden. Cross-court pass to Corbin Murray. Bounce pass to the wing. Shot about a 15-footer just inside the arc is up. Short, blocked away, and a foul called against Cowan.
Fouls against Cowan, number 2, Mason Self.
Mason Self picks up the first personal foul of the game, and that'll send Ethan Moisner to the stripe. 6'2", 245, averaging just over 15 points a game. The right-hander fires, and he hits. One nothing, Sheridan. 56 seconds into the first period. Self is a thick kind of player. He looks like a fire hydrant in a basketball uniform with a beard. He's burly. Got them both. 2-0, Sheridan here in the early going. Cowan will face backcourt pressure from Sheridan here now. Bringing it up the far sideline is Bird. At the timeline, bounce pass into the forward court. Now right back to him from Jacob Thomas. Here's a drive and a beautiful finger roll off the glass good by Logan Bird, and we're tied at 2 apiece. 6:45 of the first period. Cowan man-to-man defensively. Out here on the eye elbow is Silas Devaney, guarded by Riley Duncan. Here's a drive down the paint. Swatted away Kyle Eden took it to the glass. Riley Duncan said, get that shot out of here, and swatted it into what would be the first row. Nicely done by the senior big man. Blackhawks from Sheridan, the Hamilton County version, keep the ball. Here's Moisner working it into the corner to Hunter. Bounce pass, free throw line to Devaney. Backs his way down on Duncan and can't do anything. Got stuck in the key, and they're going to call a three-point violation. It took him a while, but that's a turnover. First one of the game goes against Sheridan. And with just under 2 minutes gone in the first quarter, a 2-2 game, Cowan comes down the court to see if they can break the tie. Here on the wing, Jacob Thomas. Cross-court pass to Logan Bird. Bird, cross-court pass here to the near side, and now right back to him again as they play keep away around the perimeter. Lob inside to Riley Duncan. He has it knocked away, and it's stolen away. Cowan's first turnover, and here comes Sheridan quickly. In the corner, three-point bomb on the way, off the iron, no good, but the follow-up also no good. Wow, they couldn't get it. Murray had a great chance at a bunny follow and couldn't get it down. Cowan survives it, still in a 2-2 game. Here's a lob pass underneath to a triple team Riley Duncan. He banks it in anyway. Cowan's first lead at 4-2. Riley Duncan's first bucket. Not sure what the whistle was about. Sheridan will bring it to full 84 feet. 5:27 to go first quarter. 4-2 game, Cowan leading Sheridan. The Blackhawks in red and black bring it across the timeline. They've got it in the forecourt now, top of the key. Hunter works it here near side to Eden. Eden now off to Corbin Murray, guarded by Logan Bird. He'll drive him to the free throw line, skip it back out on top as Kyle Eden resets the offense for Sheridan. He'll drive the key, fire up, no good. Riley Duncan clears the rebound for Cowan. 4-2 game, early going. Another lob inside to Riley Duncan. They're going to triple team him on the catch. He's fouled on the catch as well.
Fouls against Sheridan, number 5, Caden Hunter.
Personal foul on Caden Hunter. It's a common foul, and Cowan inbounds it from beneath the basket. Here on the near side, on the wing, that's Logan Bird, dribbling up between the rings, nearly had it stolen. Now takes it down the paint. Fires again off the run. Good! Another right hand finger roll. Little scoop off the glass for two, and it's 4 points for Logan Bird. And a 6-2 Cowan lead. Here's a three on the other end. Not good by Moisner. Rebound Cowan. Jacob Thomas will slowly walk it down the floor. Now passes full court to Bird. Now the corner Self will uncork a three and hit. Mason Self buries the triple. It's 9-2 Cowan. 4:04 to go, first period. Sheridan needs a bucket here. Moisner right back to Murray out on top. On the point. Couple of dribbles either way on the volleyball line. Now they swing it near side to Eden. Eden dribbles to the free throw line. Cut off, good defense by the Blackhawks. Thrown away in the corner. It's going to be, looked like it was going to be a turnover. Bird was the last one to touch it for Cowan before it went out of bounds. 3:43 remaining in period number one. First 2 points of the game went to Sheridan. It's a 9-0 Cowan run since then, but Sheridan with the ball in the forecourt near the corner. They throw it away on the inbounds pass. Threw it right to Logan Bird, who brings it into the forecourt. In the corner, three-pointer up, off the iron, no, but an offensive rebound. Stick back, good by Cole Duncan. His first two, and it's an 11-point run by Cowan to make it 11-2. 3 minutes and change remaining in the opening quarter. Sheridan on their end, looking for a shot. They haven't scored here in about 3 minutes. Here's a steal and a layup on the other end. Good! Logan Bird, 6 points for him. It's a 13-0 Cowan run and a timeout, Sheridan. Todd Winland says, give me some aspirin. I've got an Excedrin headache. 3:11 to go, first quarter. Cowan 13, Sheridan 2 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Back to play with 3:08 to go in the first quarter. A 13-0 Cowan run here has turned a 2-0 Sheridan lead into a 13-2 deficit for the kids from Hamilton County. Here's another near turnover, ball loose on the floor. 2 or 3 guys fighting for it, and a whistle on a held ball. Possession arrow favors Sheridan. They will get the ball near the scorer's table, just inside the forecourt with 2:55 to go. They're trailing 13-2. Ethan Moisner got 2 free throws with 7:04 to go in the first quarter. They've been shut off like tap water since then. Someone forgot to pay the bill. Sheridan looking for a shot. Here's a shot in the paint, off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Riley Duncan off the miss by Silas Devaney. Cowan looking for more on senior night. 2:30 to go, first period. In the forecourt, Sheridan picking them up high defensively, trying to trap. Here's a high post pass, and now a feed down low to Riley Duncan, and he threw it away. Bad pass on the feed inside. Here comes Sheridan the other way, looking for a bucket in the worst way. Here on the near side wing, now to Moisner in the corner. He'll dribble out around the arc and reset out on top with Kyle Eden. Eden here on the near wing. Hunter has it. Now far side wing, a three-pointer off the mark. No good, and a rebound out of bounds. It'll go to Cowan off the miss by Kyle Eden. A couple players checking in at the scores table. Nathan Barton checks in for Cowan. And on the other side, Keenan Warren comes into the game for Sheridan. Last minute 50 of the opening period. Cowan out in front 13-2 on a 13-point run, and here's a travel. Just coming across the timeline by Logan Birdie, tried to stop and his back foot slid. Like he hit a patch of ice at a stop sign. Unofficially 3 turnovers here in the opening period by each team, and that gives it back to Sheridan. They haven't had a point in nearly 7 minutes. They're really struggling. 6 minutes and change for sure. Here's a drive to the baseline. Cross-court pass. Shot up over Duncan, no good. Rebound fought for on the floor, and a whistle. And probably a loose ball foul following the miss by Devaney. Foul is on Sheridan.
Fouls against Sheridan, number 21, Silas Devaney.
Foul called on Devaney. And Cowan gets the ball back, facing backcourt pressure at 2-1-2, three-quarter court zone, but Cowan solves it, and they've got it in the forecourt. Here's a drive to the cut off nicely. Huffman couldn't get anything going. Gets it back out to Bird. Bird guarded closely. He'll drive it toward the paint, leave it for Duncan. Duncan has it, goes up, reverse lay and good. Riley Duncan, 4 points in the game. 15-2 is the Cowan advantage with under a minute to go in the opening period. We'll see if Sheridan plays for one shot here. Kyle Eden on the point, works to Moisner. He gives back to Eden on the right wing. He'll dribble toward the top of the key. Cut off, throws it down low for Devaney. Working on Duncan. That's a big problem. Out to the wing and a 3 on the way. Good. Caden Hunter with a triple to make it 15-5. That was a nearly 7-minute scoring drought for Sheridan, and now it's 15-5, and Cowan has it on their end, all alone for a corner 3. Duncan missed it. Rebound to Sheridan. That was Cole Duncan firing the 3 that time. On the other end, here's a block down low. The shot up that time by Devaney, and he had it swatted away. It wasn't Devaney, it was Warren instead. And now the Blackhawks from Cowan have the ball. 6 seconds to do something with it. Here's a corner 3 on the way. Good! Jacob Thomas buries the triple, and we've played 8 minutes in Cowan. We go to the break. Cowan 18, Sheridan 5 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
First period belongs to Cowan. 8 minutes of basketball in the books, and it's 18-5. Blackhawks in black and gold over the Blackhawks in red and black. First 2 points of the game were scored by Ethan Moisner of Sheridan. He had a pair of free throws at 7:04. Then nearly 7 minutes elapsed before they got another score, this time on a triple by Caden Hunter, and in between, wow, it was a 15-0 run by Cowan. And they've got an 18-5 lead and the ball as we open the second quarter. Blackhawks working in the forecourt. Here's Bird driving into the paint. Works in the near corner to Duncan. Now on the wing, the three-pointer is on the way. And splash down good. Jacob Thomas. Pair of triples. And he's got 6 points to make it 21-5. Cowan out in front. Sheridan having real trouble finding a good shot. Here's a drive to the baseline. A shot up, and it's good, but will it count? I think the shot is going to be wiped away.
Number 33, George Creek.
George Creek picks up the foul. It's a common foul. It's a baseline inbounds play, and it comes right back into Devaney, who hits a little 4-foot jump hook with his right hand to make it 21-7. Devaney's first points of the game. Here comes Cowan facing a trap. They negotiate it. They get it to Bird. He'll drive the key, fire on the run. It bounces off, no good, but we've got a blocking foul against Sheridan on the drive.
Fouls against Sheridan, number 5.
Personal foul is on Caden Hunter. He has 2. Third on the team, and it sends Logan Bird to the stripe for a pair, and he hits the first.
In the lineup for Sheridan, number 2, Corbin Murray.
Sheridan will pull Caden Hunter with those 2 fouls. Corbin Murray will come in for him, and the second free throw coming for Logan Bird. He rattles the second one, no good. 22-7 is the Cowan lead, a minute into period number 2. Out on top, now to the wing, to Devaney. Devaney has it back corner of the key. Jump shot is off the mark, no good. Offensive glass, though, by Sheridan. They'll try a 3. It's an air ball, no good from the wing that time by Murray. Here comes Cowan. Blackhawks from Delaware County look good. Here's a bad pass thrown away. It's an easy trip to the other end and a lay-in good by Devaney. Turnover on a lazy pass by Bird. He knows better to make it 22-9. Cowan working offensively. Double teamed his Bird, but he works out of trouble and he gets it out here to Self. Self near side wing, a 3 on the way. This one no good by Jacob Thomas. The glass cleared away by Devaney of Sheridan. Quickly down the floor the other way. Moisner for 3 from the near wing. Got it. Give him 5 points to make it 22-12. This game is not over by any stretch. A long, long way to go. Cowan needs to keep its foot on the pedal. In the forecourt, Blackhawks in white go to work. Cole Duncan trapped on the baseline, throws it away. Fast break, Sheridan one-on-one. Off the glass, no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Sheridan. Murray had a great look, couldn't get it down, but did manage to fight for the rebound. Checking in for Cowan, Riley Duncan back in to give a breather to George Creek. 5:47 to go before halftime. It's a 22-12 Cowan lead here in southern Delaware County. Moisner has it between the rings. Now here near side wing to Eden. Eden, Devaney here in the near corner. Still man-to-man defensively by Cowan, and Devaney shot in and out and back in. Got the shooter's roll. Devaney starting to heat up with 6 points now, and it's an 8-point Cowan lead. 22-14. Cowan throws it away again. A skip pass. It's a 2-on-1 break. Sheridan lays it up. No good. It's a frustration foul by Thomas, who went back down after throwing it away, and he fouled Devaney on the drive. You just can't throw that pass against the trap. There's too much air under it. Down on the other end, 2 free throws coming, and the first one good by Devaney. You'll have another. Devaney has 7 of the Sheridan points. Cowan lead down to 22-15. Second one, no good. Cole Duncan with the rebound in front of his big brother. Trap employed again by Todd Winland's ball club. Here's the baseline lob pass intended for Riley Duncan, thrown away. 6th turnover by Cowan. Going the other way, 3-pointer on the way, bombs away, good, and momentum is shifting. Caden Hunter buried the tray, and it's 22-18. Cowan's lead is evaporating because of turnovers. Pass to the far corner. That's Bird dribbling out of trouble. Back out on top to Self between the rings. Bounce pass near side. Back out on top to Self, and now they work it far side to Logan Bird, who takes it back toward the timeline, picks up his dribble, gets off to Self. Will drive the key. Work it in the corner. Long 3 on the way. Off the front iron. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Cowan. Thomas couldn't find the range on that triple. Todd Winland ran the ball down in the corner of the gym. We got a timeout on the floor. I believe it's going to be a 30, and we're going to stay right here. Cowan stops the action at 14. And they're going to stay here, and they're going to give it a 60. So we'll take a break. 4:13 to go. Second period. Cowan 22, Sheridan 18 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 4 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Cowan 22, Sheridan 18. It was 18-5 at the stop. What does that tell you? 13-4 run here by Sheridan to open the second period. Following the timeout, Cowan will inbound the ball here in the forecourt, just to the right of the backboard. It comes into Bird, who drives in the paint, fires a little 10-footer on the run, rattles out, goes back in. Logan Bird with another 2 to make it 24-18. On the other end, a 3-pointer on the way. No one guarded Devaney, but Moisner follows it good.
Basketball from 43, Ethan Moisner.
24-20 game. Under 4 minutes remaining before halftime. Cowan working for a shot. Into Duncan in the paint. Drives it. Lays it in. Sheridan wanted an offensive foul. He didn't get it. Riley Duncan with 6. 26-20. Cowan out in front. Here's a drive to the paint. And now I'll leave at the free throw line for a jumper. Banked in off the glass from straight out by Devaney. Silas didn't call that one, but he got it. It was ugly but effective. You'll take it any day if you're the shooter, and it's 26-22. Cowan's lead again down to 4. They need a bucket here. Self has it out on the point. Works it here near wing. Thomas, cross-court pass to Bird. Bird, right back to Thomas on the right wing. He'll drive it inside the arc. Cross-court pass to Bird, now in the corner, self-fires. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Sheridan. Moisner with the glass. 2-on-2 break the other way. They're going to try to take it to the glass, and they can't get a bucket on a drive by Kyle Eden. He was aggressive, but he couldn't get the left hand lane to go off the glass, and Cowan gets the ball back on a survive it defensive possession. 2:25 to go before halftime. 26-22, Cowan over Sheridan. Bird drives it, leaves it for Duncan. Held ball down low. Duncan tied up by Devaney, and the possession arrow swings it back to Sheridan. Turnovers have been an issue for Cowan. I've got them for 7, only 3 by Sheridan. So Sheridan can get within a point on this trip if they can bang a tray, trailing 26-22 with 2:05 to go before the half. Out on top, Devaney. Man-to-man defensively again by Cowan. Inside the shot up over Duncan, no good by Devaney. And the rebound to Cowan. And they'll slow things down just a bit here with 1:50 to go before they take their intermission. Self in the corner, lobs it inside for Duncan. He's triple teamed, and it's a turnover. Quickly the other way, Sheridan has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blackhawks from Hamilton County with $1:39 remaining. 26-22. Teams have gone cold here in the late portion of the second period. Inbounds pass will come from just this side of the bucket. Here's Duncan to contest the shot, but it's good by Devaney. 11 points for Silas Devaney, and it's 26-24. Cowan looking for a bucket as we head for the final stages of the second quarter. Cole Duncan, 3 for 3. Good in the corner. 5 for Cole Duncan, and it's 29-24. On the other end of 3 on the way, and no good by Silas Devaney. Rebound comes to Cowan. Minute to go in quarter number 2. 5-point Cowan lead. Cowan with the ball. In the corner, Self will drive the baseline. Skip pass near side. Three-pointer up. It's good. They went around the rim twice for Jacob Thomas. It's 32-24. Cowan's lead back to 8 in the final 40 seconds of the first half. Moisner from out on top, 3 feet behind the arc, top of the key, no good. The rebound comes down to Jacob Thomas, and he'll bring it into the forecourt. Nearly threw it away again. There's a whistle and a foul. They got to stop making that 30-foot pass parallel to the timeline. They got away with it that time on a foul. Devaney picks up the foul. He has 2, only 4 against Sheridan, just 3 fouls first half for Cowan. Final 20 seconds of the first half. Cowan in the forecourt now. Let's see if they play for one last shot. Self has it in the corner. Skip pass, thrown away again. Fast break for Sheridan. It's going to be laid up. No good. Rebound. Shot up. No good, and a foul. It'll be free throw time. Jake Thomas picks up the foul. He has 2. It'll be a free throw trip for Corbin Murray. Murray is scoreless in the game so far. He's a left-hander, and he squirts the first one out, no good. We'll get another. 8 seconds to go in the first half. It's a 32-24 Cowan lead. They'll have the lead going to the locker room. Just a matter of how much. Second of 2 free throws coming by the southpaw Murray. He gets it to go. See what Cowan does in the final 5 seconds here. Across the timeline, Riley Duncan to Bird. Bird fires on the run, a three-pointer. Good at the buzzer! Logan Bird buries the triple. He has 12 points in the game, and we've reached halftime. The score after 16 minutes of basketball: Cowan 35, Sheridan 25. We'll be back with a little look at the halftime numbers after this break on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. You stay right there.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We've played the first half here in the Black Hawk Bowl at Cowan High School. And at the brink, Cowan out in front of Sheridan by a score of 35-25. This was a humdinger, especially early. Sheridan picked up 2 free throws in the opening minute to go up 2-0. Cowan went on a 15-2 run to take the lead, and they've had it ever since being tied at 2. They've gone to 4-2, and they've had it ever since. Had the kids from Cowan. And what a fast-paced, exciting game. Cowan has had too many turnovers, I'm sure, for Aaron Grove's liking, but all's well that ends well. And if you've got a 10-point lead halfway through this one, you got to feel pretty good about it if you're Aaron Groves here on senior night for the Cowan kids. Unofficially in the first half, 9 turnovers by Cowan. That was too many. They'll have to get that wrinkle ironed out here in the second half if they'll go on to win this game. Sheridan took better care of the ball, committing just 3 turnovers in the first 16 minutes of play. You look down the sheet, 18-5 score at the end of the first quarter with Cowan out in front on that big surge there in the middle 6 minutes of that first period. Sheridan went about 6 minutes without a point there in the first period. It really, really hurt them, but they fought back and came out of the gate hot in the second quarter. They cut that lead way, way, way down. In fact, it was down to 4. In fact, it was down to 2 at 26-24. late in the second quarter, but Cowan fought him off, outscored Sheridan 35-25 in the first half. The second period went the way of the Blackhawks from Hamilton County as they outscored Cowan in period number 2, 20-17, to fight their way back in it there temporarily. But since going to 26-24, 9-1, Cowan run to close out the second period and put the kids in gold and black in the driver's seat, if not temporarily, over the kids in the red and black. We'll total up the individual numbers when we come back. A look at the first half scoring next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're at halftime here at Cowan High School with the Cowan Blackhawks leading the Sheridan Blackhawks 35-25. First half scoring unofficially, first for Cowan. We'll go right down the sheet. Mason Self, a triple for 3 points. Cole Duncan, a 2-point bucket, a triple for 5. Jacob Thomas, 3 trays for 9 points. Logan Bird leading the scoring for Cowan, 12 points, including that runner just before the buzzer. Riley Duncan with 6 points. Barton and Creek have played for Cowan but have not scored a point. And on the other side of the ledger, Sheridan scoring in the first half, 1 point for Corbin Murray, none for Kyle Eden. Caden Hunter with 6, pair of trays. Silas Devaney, their leading scorer tonight in the game so far, with 11. Ethan Moisner with 7. Warren off the bench. Keenan Warren, no points for Todd Winland's ball club for their total of 25. Foul department, no one with 3. Several guys with 2 to open the second half for Sheridan. Silas Devaney with 2 personal fouls. Keaton Hunter also there with him in the 2 foul club in the hockey penalty box. On the Cowan side, Jacob Thomas with 2 fouls in the first half for the Black and Gold. So no one in real danger foul-wise yet unless you pick up a really early, quick third foul if you're one of those 3 players. Everyone else in pretty good shape. Teams have come back out of the locker room. They got about a minute to warm up before we get this thing wound up and back in action. We'll take a break. When we come back, the opening moments of the third period. It's Cowan 35, Sheridan 25 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We head for third quarter action here out on Cowan Road, south of Muncie, on a cold January Friday night. The Cowan Blackhawks have a 10-point intermission lead. If they can hold it, they'll even their season record at 4-4 and win on senior night. And you only get one of those if you're in the 12th grade. So you really want this. And I think emotionally for the Cowan guys, having lost Lee Ingalls, their coach, in an auto accident in the fall, a tough time for those kids. I'm sure they've thought of him tonight and many other times, often. They could just get one for him tonight. They'd be awfully happy. We're back in action. Cowan moving it right to left here as we begin the third quarter with that 10-point lead. Sticky man-to-man defense out here on the ball. And a drive inside and another turnover nearly by Cowan. They bailed themselves out. They've got it back. Here's a drive to the paint. A runner up off the glass, off the rim, good. Logan Bird, 14 points. And it's 37-25. Cowan by a dozen. Blackhawks in white have played man most of the game, and the kids from Sheridan looking for a shot here. Corner of the key. This is Eden. Now they work it in the far corner to Murray. Murray on the high post to Devaney. Back out on top to Eden. Nice feet underneath on the cut. The lay-in good by Corbin Murray. Pretty play. Nice dime. 27 points now for Sheridan. They trail 37-27. On the other end, Cowan with it. Lob underneath. Riley Duncan has it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Sheridan is going to double or even triple Riley Duncan every time it goes in there, and that time it was knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Cowan. Baseline forecourt inbound play. It comes in the forecourt. Now they swing it near side on the wing to Stuff. He lobs down low for Duncan. 3 men there, but he catches it and lays it in. 8 points for Riley Duncan. 39-27 now. The Cowan lead. Devaney has it on the high post. He'll fire a 17-footer over Duncan and nail it. Silas Devaney with his 13th point. It's 39-29. Cowan attacking. Corner 3. Up. Little too strong. No good. Tip up. No. Cowan with the offensive board. In the corner to Self. Passes down low to Duncan. Throws it away. Turnover Cowan. Coming the other way. Right back to him on a nice steal that time by Self. Should have been a fast break bucket for Todd Winland. He knows that he's not happy. Cowan brings it across the timeline. Logan Bird here on the near side wing. Thomas nearly had it knocked away. He got it back. Here's a corner 3. Cole Duncan, high arcing shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Murray of Sheridan. Down low, nice feed, laid up and in. As Silas Devaney got behind the defense for his 15th point. 39-31 Cowan. Three-quarter court trapping defense being used here by Sheridan as they try to pick up the pace and get some turnovers and easy buckets. Cowan has it in the forecourt right in front of their bench. Bird, one dribble. Cross-court pass, nearly threw it away, but a nice job to keep it by Thomas. Swing pass to the corner to Self. He's in trouble. Skip pass far side. That's Bird. Has it knocked out of his hands, and it's a turnover by Cowan. Went out of bounds off Bird. Unofficially 11 giveaways tonight by Cowan. That's been their major negative factor in this game. They've got an 8-point lead, but they got to do a better job protecting the ball. Midway here now through the third quarter. 39-31 game. Sheridan trailing with the ball in the forecourt. Here's a nice feed down low and a turnaround shot that just won't go for Devaney, and Riley Duncan rips down the rebound. Quickly down the floor. Cowan comes with it. Thomas, skip pass near side to Bird. Now in the corner to Self. He lobs underneath for Riley Duncan, who caught it but may have traveled on the catch. They're going to call it a foul. He got bumped enough, and it'll be a common foul against Sheridan. And now the foul situation becomes a bit of a factor. It's a common foul. It's the third on Silas Devaney. of Sheridan. Cowan will inbound it. Comes into Cole Duncan. Now on top to Self for a three-pointer. Good. Mason Self buries his second triple to make it 42-31. Cowan back on top by 11. Sheridan working for a shot in the forecourt. Nice feed to the baseline. Devaney up, no good. It's contested by the 6'10 Riley Duncan. It might have altered the shot. Cowan with the board. Here they come with it quickly. Bird, bounce pass across the court to Thomas. He has it knocked away and stolen away. Another Cowan turnover. Fast break. Lay-in up off the glass. Good. And a whistle and a timeout call. Corbin Murray banked in the lay-in for 5 points in the game and will take a full timeout. 3:49 to go, third quarter. It's Cowan 42, Sheridan 33 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for Sacrifice Bunts and Sacrifice Flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We head back to action now. Cowan leading Sheridan 42-33, bringing it the full length of the court here and thrown away against the press by Cowan. Another turnover. Sheridan on the way. Laid up and in on the fast break bucket. Corbin Murray has his 7th point, and it's a 42-35 Cowan lead. Blackhawks from Cowan have got to settle down. They throw it away again. Here's a fast break. Shot off the glass, no. Rebound by Cowan. They'll run out with it. Riley Duncan picks it up. Across the timeline comes Bird with the right-hand dribble. They lob it down low for Riley Duncan, and he can't make a clean catch, and it's out of bounds. It's raining turnovers right now for Cowan. They have 6 in the second half, 15 unofficially in the game. Coming the other way with it. Sheridan looking for another bucket. Trailing only by 7 now. Down low. Devaney working on Duncan. Back out on top. Now to the corner. That's Hunter with it. Sheridan patient here now. Trying to get a good shot with 2:40 to go, third quarter. Here's a bounce pass down low. A little slip pass attempt high low, and it's out of bounds for a turnover. Cowan goes to the bench. It's going to be Michael Hargrave checking in. Cowan will face 84-foot pressure again. Final 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. They lead 42-35. There's a pass to the forecourt, and now Hargrave with it. Far side skip pass, nearly threw it into his bench. Bird retrieves it for Cowan with a nice save. Bird way out on top. 2-3 zone look now for Hargrave and the rest of the Blackhawks from Cowan to solve as Sheridan goes zone. Pass was knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Cowan right in front of their bench. In fact, right in front of Lisa Blaylock, the Cowan boys JV assistant varsity coach. And the Blackhawks get it in bounds okay. In the corner, Hargrave. Now back out on the wing and right back to Hargrave in the corner. He drives into traffic. Cross-court pass. Now they swing it around the perimeter. Here's a drive by Thomas. Wild shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound Sheridan. Long lead pass. Layup. Good. 9 points by Corbin Murray on the lay-in to make it 42-37. Cowan trying to hold on for dear life here as they face pressure. They haven't handled it very well. Hargrave on the wing, skip pass across the way. Now in the corner to Cole Duncan, feeds his brother underneath, and he lays it in off the glass. How many times they've done that in the driveway? 44-37. Moisner tries a three and hits it on the other end for Sheridan. He's got 10 on the night to make it 44-40. Nicely done. Knocked out of bounds just across the timeline. Cowan avoids a turnover barely. That'll stop the clock with 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. It's Cowan 44, Sheridan 40. And inbounding the ball is Logan Bird. Looking for help. He'll throw it into the backcourt. And Hargrave will bring it across the timeline with a bounce pass on the wing to Bird. Bird takes it to the corner of the key. Back out on the wing, three-pointer up. God! Jacob Thomas with his fourth try and his 12th point to make it 47-40. Boy, did they need that. Sheridan on the other end nearly throws it away. They got it back, though. Devaney at the free throw line. Back cut, nice feed to the baseline, but the shot couldn't go up because Duncan was standing there like the Eiffel Tower. Getting out of trouble is Eden on the baseline. Devaney with it just inside the arc. Behind the back bounce pass, and he throws it out of bounds. That will not go on the highlight tape, and Windland, the coach, is up, giving him an earful. Didn't need to do that. Cost him a possession. Final 20 seconds of the period. Cowan leading 47-40, probably playing for the final shot here. It's knocked away from behind, and a foul is going to be called against Corbin Murray as he tried to get the steal on Bird and came up with skin instead.
Fouls against Sheridan, number 2, Corbin Murray.
Murray's first personal, only the second on the team. Cowan hasn't fouled in the second half yet. Final 10 seconds. On the wing with Bird. Now in the corner, Cole Duncan nearly threw it away. It's knocked away. It is turned over. Here comes an all by himself laying good, and that's going to do it at the end of the quarter. Corbin Murray turns the giveaway into an easy 2 points. He's got 11 in the game, and we've reached the end of the third quarter. We head for the final roundup in Cowan. It's still anybody's game. Cowan 47, Sheridan 42 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the fourth quarter here on Cowan Road. We've got a barn burner brewing tonight. Still anyone's ball game to take away as Cowan leads, but only by 5 now over Sheridan, 47-42. Sheridan took the third quarter 17-12. So here we go. Hold on to your hats. Foul situation in terms of the teams is not a factor. Sheridan has only fouled twice in the second half. Cowan hasn't fouled at all. So there's going to be a lot of fouls to give potentially in a chip and chase free throw contest late in the game if it gets really, really tight. Remains to be seen. Sheridan opens the period with the ball. Devaney can't find anyone. Now gets to Moisner. Now Devaney at the free throw line. One dribble, hands it to Moisner behind him. Moisner gets off to Murray. Murray back out here on top to Hunter. Cowan with a sticky man-to-man here. Here's a drive into the paint. Cut off nicely by Duncan. Sheridan very patient here. They've burned 30-plus seconds trying to get a shot. They'll reset their half-court offense. Far wing side with Eden. Now on the wing to Devaney. Windland says, cut. These guys just aren't moving much without the ball right now. Bounce pass down low. Moisner, one dribble, fires up the glass, got it. He muscled his way in. 12 points for Moisner on a nice move. It's a one-possession game at 47-44. Cowan throws it away again. 2-on-1 fast break. Going the other way. Shot up. No good. Corbin Murray couldn't make him pay. Cowan survives. You hear a collective from the far side. Should have been an easy 2 for Sheridan. It turned out not to be. Skip past the far corner. Cole Duncan with a long 2. It's off the rim, up over the backboard, behind it, out of bounds. It'll go to Sheridan. Kids from Hamilton County have a chance to tie the game for the first time in forever. Trailing 47-44 with 6:30 to go in the regulation part of the contest. Tie 3 on the way. It won't go, though, for Kyle Eden, who was just a little short with it. Cowan with the board. Here's Thomas bringing it across the timeline. Cross-court pass to Bird. Bird down on the baseline to Duncan, who feeds his big brother down low and has it thrown away. Here's another fast break attempt for Sheridan. Laid up, good. Will they count the bucket on the finish by Murray? They will. 13th point of the game for Murray. Chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. Bucket was by Devaney. Correction there. The foul was on Hargrave. Chance to tie here for Devaney. Can't get it. Rebound fought for, taken down and kept in there by Sheridan. Long 3 for the lead, no good. Long board comes to the corner. Sheridan keeps it. Here's a cutting pass underneath to Meissner, who lays it in. And Sheridan has the lead. 48-47. Another thrown away backcourt turnover. Cowan gives it away. It's laid in by Corbin Murray. Timeout, Cowan. The wheels have come off for the kids from Cowan. 5:39 to go, fourth quarter. Sheridan 50, Cowan 47 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Big turnover trouble for Cowan here in the fourth quarter. Has led to some easy buckets by Sheridan. And the Blackhawks in black and red have retaken the lead at 50-47. Coming out of the timeout, Cowan will have the ball. You hear the crowd coming to life. Not a big crowd tonight. Most places in Indiana, the COVID regulations just won't allow it, but the people here are seeing a competitive game. If Cowan can figure out hand-to-hand of backcourt pressure, they might come out and win this one, but they've got to figure out a way to quit giving up easy buckets on turnovers. Cowan can tie with a triple on their end. Driving to the basket, trying to throw it up. Stolen away. It's another turnover. Not what you wanted coming out of the timeout if you're Aaron Groves. I'm sure Aaron Graves had a play set up. That's not what they did. Meissner has it low post for Sheridan. They get it now in the corner to Eden. Eden drives the key. Cut off. Feeds back out. Here's a 12-footer from the elbow. No good. Meissner with the offensive glass. No good. Has another try inside. Takes it back out. A three-pointer on the way. God! Kyle Eden bangs his first field goal of the night. It's a triple, and it's a 53-47 lead for Sheridan. Cowan solves the press this time. There's only a two-possession game. You got to keep your poise if you're Cowan here. There's a long way to go at 4:41 and change to play. Need a bucket here, though. Logan Bird on the wing. Drives it to the paint. Cut off. Has his shot swatted away. Here's a fast break for Sheridan. They'll slow it down now. They did not have an advantage. and they'll take a breath here at 4:20 to go in regulation with a 53-47 lead. Riley Duncan will come out and play Devaney at the top. Shot blocked away. Devaney thought he had enough daylight to get the layup in. He had it swatted away like a July June bug. Duncan with the defensive play of the night. Let's see if it ignites Cowan on the offensive end. Here's Logan Bird with it. Far side wing to Thomas. Now back near side wing to Bird as he looks down low, but you can't get it in there. Bird on the wing. Feeds down low. It's nearly thrown away. They tried to triple team pass it, and Riley Duncan says you got to throw it higher. They're tripling Duncan on the low post. They survive that one and keep the ball. It'll be a four-court inbounds play for Cowan. 3:46 to go, trailing 53-47. Nice spurt here by Sheridan. And defense has created the offense for Todd Winland's ball club. Here's a turnover again down low by Cowan. Just too many turnovers. 3:30 remaining in the game. Sheridan 53, Cowan 47. First rule of offense is take care of the ball. Sheridan has it in the forecourt out near the timeline. Nice dribbling exhibition by Corbin Murray. He'll bring it to the near sideline now with Kyle Eden on the dribble. Now Devaney on the wing far side in front of his bench. Cowan is going to have to play the chip and chase game. And here's where not having fouls is going to actually hurt you as they give one. Logan Bird with his first personal foul. That's only the second on the team, and now you're down 6 with 3:05 to go, and you've got 4 more fouls to give before you can get to the bonus in the 7th one. So now you got to start fouling. Devaney gives it back out on the wing to Corbin Murray. Cowan looking to double team. Devaney picks up his dribble, gets it off to Eden. Eden between the rings, dribbling to the wing, and there's another foul. This one might be offensive foul, and it is going to be an offensive foul against Sheridan. Give it to Devaney. His 4th foul. That could be big for Sheridan. Devaney, 4th foul, offensive variety. It's a turnover. 7th one of the game by Sheridan. 20 turnovers unofficially by Cowan. But they're still in the game, and they got a chance to win it if they're smart here. Bird to the corner. Cole Duncan's 3. Good! 8 points for Cole Duncan, and it's a 1-possession game at 53-50. Late 4th quarter. Here's a whistle and a foul. Cowan's going to have to give common fouls here. That one given by Logan Bird. He has 2, third on the team. So with 2:24 to go, if you're Cowan, you're down a score. You have 3 more fouls that you got to give here, and you better start giving them because you can't get time back on the clock. Riley Duncan playing defensive point against Devaney. Sheridan looking to burn clock down to 2:10. Here's Devaney driving inside. He's going to try it again. This one laid in. He had enough daylight to get it over Duncan. 19 points for Devaney. 55-50, Sheridan in front. Here's a pass inside. Riley Duncan takes it up and lays it in. He has 12. It's 55-52 with 1:45 to go. Sheridan with the ball and the lead. Way out on top near the volleyball line is Devaney, guarded by Riley Duncan. Devaney took him the last time. Each guy has won the battle once. We'll see if he tries it again. Clock down to 1:30. Cowan still has 3 more fouls to give. They've got to start thinking about that as time slips away. Devaney driving on Duncan. Blocked away. Moisner follows it with a bunny for 2 points. He has 14 in the game, and it's 57-52. Quickly the other way comes Cowan. Bird driving all the way to the paint. Fires, can't get it. It's a common foul. A blocking foul. They'll probably call this an active shooting foul, given where he was. Ethan Moisner picks up the foul. They are going to call it a shooting foul on the block. It's one of those block charge deals. Logan Bird for 2, and he hits the first. 15th point of the game. for him. 57-53. You got to get every one of them from here on out. Bird looking for his 16th point. He's got it. Whistle, timeout. We'll stay right here. 2 out of 2 for Bird. And we've got ourselves a 57-54 game. 1:11 remaining in regulation. Cowan has come battling back. They have survived their own self-imposed misfortune handling the ball. And now it could go any way. 3-point gap. If you can just get a stop, if you're Cowan, you've got a chance. And neither team is in the bonus. So you can't foul to send them to the line for the 1-and-1, hoping they miss it. You just don't have enough fouls committed yet. And now you're just going to have to get a stop because you can't do it the other way. 57-54 game. What a fantastic game this has been. Glad you've been along with us all the way here on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. It was 18-5 Cowan at the end of 1. Cowan led 35-25 at halftime. Cowan led 47-42 at the end of 3. But Sheridan has used defensive pressure and turnovers for easy points to come roaring back and hold a 3-point edge. It'll be a backcourt baseline play on the entry pass, full 84 feet ahead for Sheridan. Cowan would love to get a steal. And there's a foul given right away, and that's good strategy. As Mason Self didn't get the steal, and right off the catch, he fouls Moisner. 2 fouls for Self, 4 against Cowan. They've got to do that 2 more times before they can even think about sending them to the line. Moisner will inbound in the backcourt right in front of the Cowan bench. Looking to get it in. Finally does. It comes across the timeline with Hunter. Hunter picks up his dribble and gets off to Eden. Eden guarded closely out near the timeline, and another common foul given on the dribble as Jacob Thomas shoves him on the hip. That's what you got to do. 3rd foul on Thomas, 5th on Cowan. They've got 1 more to give at 1:02 here before the bonus kicks in. So if you don't get a steal, you foul them. Here's the pass in. They don't get a steal. You got to foul him. And they do. Barton gives the foul. That'll stop the clock with 59.8. 16 fouls. So the next one will send Sheridan to the bonus, and timeout called by Todd Winland. We're going to stay right here with you. 59.8 seconds to go here in regulation. Wow, what a game this has been. Barn burner, nail biter, you name it, pick your term. This has been classic small school Hoosier hysteria. 57-54. Sheridan with the ball when we come out of the timeout. So Cowan has successfully put themselves in position to give a foul and force a 1 and bonus by Sheridan, which could get you the ball back if they start playing free throws. That's probably what they'll do. With 59.8 to go, you don't have a lot of time to give away here. You got to think about it again. Right at midcourt on the forecourt side, Sheridan gets it in. Comes into Hunter. Hunter nearly threw it away. Sheridan in trouble. Here's a foul given down near the baseline by Barton to stop the clock at 52.9. And now it's a free throw contest. That's the 7th foul on Cowan. It's 1-1 the rest of the night, at least for now, for Sheridan. One in the bonus for Corbin Murray. 57-54. Murray's team out in front. He scored 13 points tonight. He missed it. Rebound, Riley Duncan. Cowan has a chance. Here they come. They need a triple to tie. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Skip pass, nearly thrown away. Dangerous play. Cowan keeps it though. Thomas, couple dribbles. Cross court pass to Bird. Bird works to the corner. Drive by Self. He leaves it for Duncan. Duncan goes up, hits with 28 seconds left. It's a 1-point game, and we've got a backcourt foul by Cowan to stop the clock. 57-56. Cowan is within a point. 24.6 to go in fourth quarter action. 1-1 again on the 8th team foul by Cowan. It's going to be Moistner at the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight at the stripe, and a timeout called, and a 30-second timeout called by Aaron Graves. And we'll stay right here with it. What a game this has been. Unbelievable. If you were here tonight to see this, you were lucky. And if you've been listening at home tonight, we hope you've enjoyed it, because this one has been fantastic. All the way start to finish. Cowan had a huge lead early. Sheridan fought back, trailed for most of the second and third quarters before the kids from Sheridan got the lead back, and now Cowan is right back on their tail. They're sledding on the bumper of the pickup truck at 57-56. When play resumes, it'll be 1-1 for Ethan Moistner. 14 points on the night for Ethan. He's 1 point off his average at 15-3. They really need this first one if they're a Sheridan fan. Right-hander, spins the ball, cocks and fires, got it. '15th point for him. 58-56. Moistner looking for the second one. It's on the way. He missed it. Rebound Cowan. Here come the Blackhawks. It's a 2-point game. They can win it on this trip, or at least tie. Clock down to 15. Bird drives to the top of the key. Mounts pass on the wing. Back to Bird on top. He'll take it down the paint. Lay it up. Got it! We're tied at 58. Here comes Sheridan with a chance to win it. A corner of the key jumper up. No good. Moistner's follow. No good. There's the buzzer. And we're going to overtime. Wow, what a finish. You can hear this crowd. It sounds like 5,000 people are here. At the end of regulation, it's Cowan 58, Sheridan 58 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're going to overtime here on Cowan Road tonight. On senior night for the Cowan Blackhawks, they fight back and they force overtime. 58-58. Huge bucket by Bird on the drive with under 5 seconds left in the game to tie it for his 18th point of the night. And now here we go to 4 minutes of free extra basketball. Jumping in the center circle, Riley Duncan for Cowan. He'll be opposed by Corbin Murray, who's only 6'1". Riley Duncan is 6'10". We'll see how that plays out. What a great finish that was. Unbelievable. Cowan really gutted it out. Here's the toss, the tip. Cowan controls easily. Jacob Thomas will bring the ball across the timeline on the pass to Bird. Bounce pass in the corner to Duncan. He nearly threw it away. It's out of bounds. It stays with Cowan, though. Foul situation. Blackhawks have committed 18 fouls. Sheridan has only committed 4. Comes into self right back to Thomas on the wing. They'll double team him. He walked. $21 turnovers in the game against Cowan unofficially. Their counterparts have committed 7 giveaways. It's been a big factor in the game. So the ball flips over to Sheridan. We're 20 seconds into the first overtime and a 58-58 tie. Devaney, hands on the weave to the driving guard. He'll pull up and fire and miss. And a nice drive by Eden, but he couldn't finish. Cowan with the rebound. Across the timeline, now in the corner to Self. They feed down low to Riley Duncan. They throw it away. Fast break, Sheridan, 2-on-1. Laid up, in. Give the dime to Eden and the bucket to Murray. He has 15 in the game. 60-58. Cowan looking for a bucket. They can tie or take the lead on a triple. Here it is for the lead. It's no good. Rebound by Riley Duncan. It's laid in good. Off the miss by Bird. Riley Duncan with 16 points in the game, and we're tied at 60 in overtime number 1. Get your Maalox out. Get a nitro pill, Mabel. You might need it. 2:40 to go, first overtime. Cowan 60, Sheridan 60. Sheridan with the ball. Silas Devaney, 35 feet from the basket in front of his coach, just putting on a dribbling exhibition. Here's a slip pass underneath. Moisner lays it up. He can't get it. He missed the bunny, and Cowan has the board. Moisner missed from point-blank range, and Todd Winland just puts his hands behind his head. It's a Maalox moment for sure. Cowan can take the lead here in overtime. 60-60 game. Pass near side wing to Bird. Looking for a teammate. Drives it to the double team. Gets to Self in the corner. Skip pass far side to the wing. That's Thomas. Now near side. Self for 3. No, he lobs underneath the Duncan, who lays it in! Riley Duncan with his 18th point of the night. And Cowan is back on top, 62-60, and timeout call. Wow. Self went up as if he was going to shoot it. He did that little shoot pass, lob into Duncan, who laid it in. And boy, with 1:53 to go, this place has gotten quiet really fast. Cowan has the lead back in overtime number 1. Riley Duncan has put up 18 points tonight. That was a really pretty feed inside by Mason Self to get it there. And I'll tell you what, this one's not over. There's too much that can happen in 1:53 of basketball, but Cowan, for now, is in control of this one. Been a fantastic game here in the Blackhawk Bowl. Sheridan's Blackhawks, Cowan's Blackhawks. Fans who came out tonight got their money's worth and then some, and we aren't finished yet. Who knows how many overtimes we might play. Hush my mouth. If you're going to play overtime, you might as well set a record of some kind. Who knows how many we'll do. For now, in the first extra session, Cowan has gone back up by a bucket, 62-60. Sheridan will bring it down the floor, the length of the court. Clock at 1:48 of overtime number 1. Here come the Blackhawks wearing black. Devaney has it way out on the wing. Cowan matching up. Now out here behind the volleyball line to Caden Hunter. Looks like a scene out of Hoosiers. Sheridan content to chip it away around the arc. And now atop of the key 3. No good. Rebound Cowan as Jacob Thomas yanks down the glass. Key possession in the game right here, leading by 2. Cowan nearly threw it away. It's on the floor. 2 guys holding it. That's a held ball. Dual possession. And it looks like it's going to go to Sheridan. One of the officials talking to Riley Duncan says, get out of here. And the possession arrow does give it to Sheridan. So now Cowan has to play defense again. They've got a 2-point lead, but with 1:12 to go in overtime, Sheridan with a chance to tie or retake the lead. Here's a little weave out on top. It's on the high post. They'll give it off to Eden, who will drive it but get cut off. Now to Moisner on the wing. Lob block pass. Moisner to the corner, to the wing. 3-pointer, no good. And a rebound pulled down off the Caden Hunter miss by Riley Duncan. So 2 straight possessions. Cowan gets the defensive stop in a key moment. And here's a whistle and a timeout. No, it's going to be a foul. A little push foul as Sheridan stops the clock. Kyle Eden, just a little bit of a nudge there on the hip to stop the clock with 46.6 seconds to go. 15 foul on Sheridan. Cowan will inbound, leading 62-60 right in front of their bench in the forecourt. Comes to the backcourt. Mason Self will bring it across the timeline. He's going to be fouled on the way as Sheridan plays the and chase game themselves now. Corbin Murray had to foul him. That stops the clock with 44.4. It's only the 16 foul on Sheridan, so they've got to foul again to start playing the 1-and-1 game. And if they don't get a steal here, they'll probably foul. With 44.4 left in the overtime. Cowan trying to get it, and they need help. It comes in. It's nearly thrown away in the backcourt. Oh, Sheridan tracked it down, but going off the court along the baseline, it looked like Devaney got to it, but he was out of bounds, and that's exactly what happened. So Cowan will have the ball. 44.2 remaining in overtime, leading 62-60, just to the far side of the backboard. It comes in to Bird. Bird going to be double teamed, maybe triple teamed, and they do foul him to stop the clock at 40 seconds to go. Kyle Eden with the personal. That's the 7th team foul on Sheridan, so it's 1-and-1 time now for Cowan, with exactly 40 seconds remaining in the first overtime. Logan Bird, 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. He has 18 points in the game. This is a huge free throw. Fires, hits. Nineteenth point. 63-60 Cowan. Bird looking for his 20th point. The right-hander fires, and he missed. The door remains open for Sheridan. It's a 3-point game with a half minute to go. 63-60 Sheridan trailer. Out on top, now on the wing, now in the corner as they swing it, looking for a 3. This is Hunter driving. Here's a whistle. It's Todd Winland is going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 22.8 seconds to go in overtime. Cowan 63, Sheridan 60 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Right now is the moment for these two teams. 22.8 seconds to go in the first overtime. Cowan leads Sheridan 63-60. Both teams are in the 1-and-1 bonus. Cowan still has a foul to give to stay in the 1-and-1 before they would get to the double bonus. Sheridan has to score here, almost certainly. Trailing by 3. They've got a chance to get a triple and tie it. Let's see what happens as they inbound here in the deep forecourt. Comes in from Hunter to Eden. Eden with 19 seconds to go. Cowan man-to-man on defense. High give and go, and a whistle across the way at a timeout by Todd Winland with 14.7 to go. We'll take the break with you. It's Cowan 63, Sheridan 60 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brian Beaver back with you from Cowan High School. We're in the first overtime. Cowan 63, Sheridan 60. Todd Winland has his team huddled up, called the timeout, didn't like what he was seeing. And with only 14.7 to go and a must-score possession right now, you want to get things set up and execute as well as you can. The three-point threats for Sheridan are Caden Hunter, Silas Devaney, and Ethan Moisner. Those are the three guys you cannot lose defensively if you're Cowan. Ball comes in, clock down to 12. They work a high screen roll up on top. Devaney says, clear out for me. He gets it on the wing. Eden drives it. They need to get a shot. 5 seconds to go. Devaney nearly threw it away. Here's Moishner for the tie. It's no good. It's out of bounds. Cowan wins. Cowan wins. They survive the final possession, and they win this one by a final score of 63-60 in overtime. Fantastic basketball game. Cowan outlasts Sheridan, scoring 5 points in overtime to Sheridan's 2. And wow, survive and adapt is what I tweeted earlier tonight. I was talking about COVID, but it applies to basketball too. What a great gutty performance by Cowan to come roaring all the way back. There's a big hug over there by Riley Duncan from his coach. Aaron Groves. Wow, what a game. We'll take a break and come back with a look at the post game and maybe a conversation with Aaron Groves in overtime. Cowan 63, Sheridan 60. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Cowan High School. Brian Beaver, and I'm joined by Aaron Groves, the first-year head coach of the Cowan Blackhawks. And we were joking during the commercial. I said, "Can't you give me an exciting game to call?" But boy, your kids were gritty. Sometimes they were a little soft with the ball, but they made the plays they had to make to climb back in and then to win. It says a lot about them tonight.
Well, we started out like a house of fire and couldn't miss too many shots, and you knew a good team like Sheridan was going to come back and punch at you, and they sure did. And at times we didn't take very good care of the basketball and helped turn my hair a little grayer and lose a little by pulling it out. But I told the kids there in one of those timeouts late, you do things right every day, every time, and good things will happen. And I'm just super proud of them. Thought Mason Self did an excellent job. 43 was their best player. And I thought Mason just gutted it out, did a really good job on him. I don't know how many he had, but everything he got, he earned. And, we shot the ball well, and always helps to have a big 6'10" kid in the middle.
Yeah.
He got us that bucket there in overtime, and so that helped us get ahead. And then they had to play catch up, and we did a pretty good job at that point of taking care of the ball and getting a few free throws and holding on for the win.
You fought your way back, got that key bucket right before the end of the fourth quarter. I think it was Logan Bird on the drive who converted for you.
Yep.
You got the stop. You forced the extra session. They come out, they score the first 2 points, and they go ahead of you 60-58. You shut them down the rest of the 4 minutes and scored 5 in a row to turn that gap into a victory on senior night. Those kids are going to remember how they got this done for a long, long time.
Well, that group of seniors we have is awful special. Everybody hears Riley Duncan and Jake Thomas with fair reason that they hear those guys. Logan Bird is a 2-year starter and played awful well and really at key times tonight. Nate Barton came off the bench, gave us some energy. George Creek works hard every day in practice. George gave us a couple minutes there, gave Riley a blow early in the game, and Isaac and Q who couldn't play tonight, but those guys are key. We're obviously a senior-laden team, and so to get a win on senior night's pretty special.
You mentioned the defensive effort on Moistner, 43, their leading scorer. I had him for 15, which is right on his average, but he had a critical free throw that could have really made it tough on you, and he missed it.
Yep,
we
you
guys
called timeout, hoping his knees got a little weary, and they did. And Riley grabbed the rebound, and then Logan got to the hoop to tie it.
So when you get into a game like this, where you've played 36 minutes of basketball, the kids are tired, they're amped up, the adrenaline is pumping, and you call a timeout and you set up a play. They don't always run what you set up, or don't always execute it the way you drew it up. They're teenagers. Sometimes that happens, but there were 3 or 4 points in the game tonight where your kids could have said, we can't get back over the hump. And instead of folding, they made plays. They made 2 stops in the final 30 seconds to win the game for themselves.
Well, Brian, I said this the other night when the guys were here to do the county game. I'm not sure there are too many other teams that have had the experience in being resilient as these kids have. We lost Coach Ingles mid-October, and those seniors to lose a guy who's not just your coach, but almost a second father to many of them is tough. And, I told you earlier when we talked that we've now played 8 games, and only 2 of them have we had everybody healthy and able to play. So, next man up, and just do your job and do it right every day, and good things will happen. And I firmly believe that. I keep preaching that, and I think the kids believe it as well.
You're a defending sectional champion. You've got a lot of talent. You've got a thing that no one else has at a 6'10" on the post who can really play. And now you get an emotional win in late January with about 5 weeks left before the state tournament draw. Is this the kind of emotional boost, a kind of a prove it to ourselves kind of a game that, hey, we can get this done? We played a good team and we took them into overtime and we got them. And maybe a lot of people didn't think we would, but we did.
Well, I think you win a game like that. It's always a boost in your cap when you were on the edge of defeat and somehow you will yourself to victory. We got to win early in the season when Riley was out because of close contact. So I think over the course of the season we proved to ourselves that we can play as long as we take care of the ball and do the right thing, that we give ourselves a chance to win.
You mentioned your seniors. You look down here unofficially, I've got Logan Bird with 19, Riley Duncan with 18, Jacob Thomas with 12. Mason Self hit 2 important triples himself, no pun intended. And you total that up, that's almost 60 points from 3 of your seniors in a game where you topped off at 63. So if you're going to, I guess, give any credit to a group of guys, it might be those seniors who have fought their way through 4 years of building the program, won a sectional a year ago, might have been able to win a regional, had it taken away from the opportunity to do it because of COVID. Now you're sitting there at 4-4 going, guys, we can play this game. Let's just keep working.
Well, I think those kids have a lot of confidence in one another and themselves, and we got some young guys to go with it. We haven't mentioned him, but freshman Cole Duncan played the whole game.
Yeah.
Last week he got kind of beat around, and I thought against a school that is a very well-known football team in the state of Indiana, he played pretty well for a freshman and held his own. So, if we stick together, we know we've got some parts, and if we can get everybody back together, that just makes us stronger.
I had Cole for 8 points and 3 in the second half, a nice water triple from the corner. I thought it was going to bring down rain. He has that nice high arcing shot, barely moves the net when it goes through. But not bad for a 9th grader to step up and say, hey, big brother, I got you over here in the corner. Because they were beating Riley up in the post, triple team in the entry pass a lot of times. And he had a physical night for himself, and little brother was out there stroking it from the corner. That must have felt good.
Well, they work together, and Riley is certainly a big brother. And if you watch very closely, especially before a game or timeout, Riley's reminding him what to do and how to do it like a veteran should, and in this case, a big brother.
Well, we appreciate you coming up, giving us 5 minutes of your time on a night where the guys really love to be around their coach when you get a win like this. So go celebrate. Well done. Happy for you. Proud of you. And keep those kids in black and gold pointed in the right direction. Who knows where they're going the rest of the way.
All right. Thanks, Brian. We got to turn around and get on a bus at 9:45 in the morning, and JV starts at noon. So
you're going
at
to Eastbrook, is that right?
Cowan fans, meet us at Ivanhoe's afterward.
You heard it. Coach is buying. I'm just kidding.
I didn't say that, Brian.
I know he didn't. Thanks, Coach. All right. We're going to take one more break. We'll come back. We'll look at the unofficial scoring briefly and get out of here so they can do the COVID thing here in the gym. In overtime, Cowan beats Sheridan 63-60. Back with more after this on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message is presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is vision. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message is presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Cowan High 50-21. Cowan wins and goes to 4-4 overall. Sheridan drops to 5-3. Quick look at the unofficial scoring tonight. First for Cowan, right down the sheet. Mason Self with 6 points. Cole Duncan with 8. Jacob Thomas with 12. Logan Bird with 19. Riley Duncan 18. For the victorious Blackhawks, who played 8 players. Barton, Creek, Hargrave, all off the bench, did not score for their team. On the losing side, Sheridan gets 15 points from Corbin Murray unofficially, 3 from Kyle Eden, 6 from Caden Hunter, 19 unofficially for Silas Devaney, who played really, really well. Probably the best player of the game overall for Todd Winland tonight. Ethan Moisner, their leading scorer, coming in, ran on his average of 15, but missed a key free throw late. And Warren played off the bench for him, didn't score. They only played 6 players tonight on the Sheridan side. 36 door cracked for Cowan to come back and win. And that's exactly what they did. We were tied at the end of regulation, 58. Final 5 points of the game win, and they'll go up to Eastbrook tomorrow at 4-4 and with a big bowl of momentum. So we're glad you stuck it out with us tonight. Thanks for helping us get this put together at the last minute after a COVID cancellation late Thursday. It was great being back in Cowan, especially for a win like this. So I feed on Twitter at Delco Preps for future game information. Until the next time, stay strong, stay healthy, stay in the fight against COVID-19, and we'll all get through it together. Until then, so long, everybody.